Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to DAZ Reacts, and today I have a Joe Coy reaction video for you. And in this one, he talks about his son. Joe Coy and his son are failing at math. And I've got a funny feeling, like reading the title of this, that I've got a funny feeling because one thing that I've noticed since my little girl went to school, maths can be a lot harder than English, and like my little girl's only 7 now, and it's not that it's hard for me that like I can read it and grasp it and understand it and help her to sort it out, but I just think at times that like some of the things that they're making these younger kids learn is incredible because we didn't learn all this crap when we was in primary school. That like a lot of it we didn't even learn when we was in secondary school, and even like down to when my niece was in school like a few years ago that like I remember when she was doing her GCSEs and some of the maths questions that they was giving it, even my head. Now I was a nerd, like I was a geek. I got good grades. I passed in a lot of my subjects and things like that. But like some of the crap that she had to learn, I'm like, when are you ever going to use this in your fucking day-to-day life? It don't make no sense. But yeah, so that's crazy. So I can only understand what Joe Coy is going to go on about here. I apologise that I've really started to like talk more about myself than actually show you the content what you came here to watch. So yeah, we're going to get straight into this. If you're a Joe Coy fan and there's any other Joe Coy that you want me to react to, let me know in the comments down below and I will get round to doing it. But until then, enjoy.
I get it, Mom. God bless you. This shit is hard. My son's 13, and it just keeps getting harder and harder. It's so hard. My son is in the 7th grade. God damn it. I want all you new parents to know this right now. When you were in the 7th grade and you weren't smart, you're definitely not going to be smart when your kid gets to the 7th grade. It's harder. My son and I are failing math. It's so hard. Now he's getting a C- in math. C- in math. In private school, that's not good. That's failing math. So of course she brings me in for a parent-teacher meeting. Private school, that's what they do. They sit you down because they're concerned. Hi, Mr. Coy. Mr. Coy, please sit down. I don't want to startle you. I want to nip this in the bud. Just want you to know, Mr. Coy, that your son has a C- in math. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. What are we going to do to solve that, Mr. Coy? Well, you need to help me help him. I can do whatever I can over here at school, but when he gets home, you need to crack open that book, and then you need to start working on those questions with your son. Let's bring that grade back up. Let's do this as a team, Mr. Coy. Come on. And I was like, you know I'm a comedian, right? And I hired you to teach my son math. Uh-oh.
That would be my exact point. If I got called into the school for my little girl and she was failing in math or whatever, and they said to me that like it's my job to go home and crack open a book and things like that. Obviously, like my little girl don't go to private school. She goes to a public school, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It doesn't matter. Like for me, that like public school is all right for everyone. There's no need for private schools. But like, yeah, if her teacher called me up and said that like she's failing math, she needs to do more at home, and you need to crack open a book, I was like, that's what you get paid for. That's your job. Like, if I'm failing at work, I'm not going to come to you and say like you need to like go home and start doing this, and you need to help me with my job. Like, that's your job. You're supposed to be teaching my daughter. Like, she'll come home with her homework. That's standard. That like I'll help her if she gets stuck and things like that. But I ain't doing your job for you. Makes you sound like a bad parent, really, doesn't it?
Uh-oh. What are we gonna do to fix that? Sounds like you owe me money. If you have kids, take them to public school. That's the only public school, please. I pay college tuition for my son's 7th grade education. And then I get a call from the principal, Mr. Coy, you forgot to pay your milk fee. You forgot to pay your milk fee, Mr. Coy. I go, I paid the tuition. I thought it was included in the tuition. No, Mr. Coy, that's separate. I got so mad. I was filling out that paperwork. And I just looked at my son. I go, I can't believe I'm filling out paperwork to pay for milk. He goes, what are you talking about, Dad? I go, when I filled out paperwork, it was so I can get free milk. We were poor, Joe. We couldn't afford milk. So my mom filled out paperwork so we can get a free milk. I couldn't wait to get to school so I can actually taste calcium. And it's delicious when it's free. Man, he didn't know what a free milk was, so I had to explain to him what a free milk looked like. I go, Joe, a free milk was a carton of milk that looked like a house from Monopoly. And it had 3 simple instructions. You pull the right side to the right, the left side to the left, and then you pinch the middle and you pull it towards your chest, and it's supposed to make a spout, but it never made a fucking spout. So you turn it to the back and start it over. That side had too much glue, you couldn't even open that fucking side. So you just ripped it open in the middle. Now you're drinking milk out of a square box.
Do you know what? That's the thing, though. That I think, like, I understand the concept of, like, for example, like with Joe Coy's situation, like he was saying that, like, he went to a public school and he struggled. Like, his mum had to fill in a form to get free milk. That it's the same as what we do here. Like, we fill in forms to get free school meals for the kids, and like the school that my little girl goes to, she gets free school meals anyway. But it was like back in the day, for example, that like when I was in school, like we lived like on the poverty line. We played tightrope with that poverty line. That's the thing that, like, so it was the case that if free school meals were made available to us, like we was taking it. Like my mum can't cook for nothing anyway, so we used to be the first ones in that queue in school just to get some decent food. But yeah, no, I mean it's just something that I don't know. But then to finish public school and go out and make something of yourself, like Joe Coy has. He went to public school, he went through all the struggles of like growing up with nothing. And I understand the concept, like I've grown up with nothing, but I've made something of myself, and I don't want my kids to have to go through the same stuff I went through. But at the same time, that not all of that is a bad thing. Like going through public school is not a bad thing if you're wealthy. And that's the thing that, yeah, I understand, like, you're going to give him what he wants in terms of, like, you're going to put a roof over his head and food on the table. He's not going to go a day without eating or drinking and things like that. You're not going to struggle in that sense. But, yeah, I just think with private schools and things like that, I don't think that there's the added benefit of going to private school than public school. I don't know. I think it's just come to a point, like, with celebrities now, is that they're more trying to protect their kids from the public because they are in the public, like they're public figures now. That, like, there are a lot of people out there that, like, kidnappers and things like that, that knowing that they can hold these kids for ransom or whatever. So I understand that concept, and there's a lot of different things behind it. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with public school. I don't know. I'm rambling on. I'm chatting a load of crap, to be honest. But I really enjoyed Joe Coy. I do. I love his stories, and like I do. I just enjoy listening to everything that this man has to say. So you can expect to see a lot more Joe Coy on the channel, and that's where you come in. Because if you are a Joe Coy fan and there's any other specific Joe Coy that you want me to react to, please do let me know in the comments down below, and I will add them to the list. But until then, thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Be kind. See you in the next one.